It's getting serious now that we've reached the quarterfinal stages of the Heineken Champions Cup. My name's Mark. Let's talk rugby. This video is going to be your one-stop shop guide for details regarding the Heineken Champions Cup quarterfinals that are happening this weekend. We're going to cover the matchups, tournament history of each of the teams, how they got here, odds and semi-final permutations. There will be more in-depth looks at each of the fixtures in separate videos that are going to come out today and tomorrow as teams become available. Okay, so let's start with the round of 16 results. First up, we had Leicester 16, Edinburgh 6. So very turgid affair, this one. Edinburgh not really offering much going forward. Mistakes from both teams, but Leicester held on air to come through. Next then was Sharks 50, Munster 35. So Sharks just did too much for a Munster team that probably need another year of development to really compete at this level. Stormers 32, Harlequins 28. Harlequins really had a go in this one, but Stormers were able to pick them in the end. Leicester 30, Ulster 15. Ulster once again failed to produce in a vital knockout game. Leinster, not the best performance, but still had enough to come through. La Rochelle 29, Gloucester 26. Almost a big shock in this one. La Rochelle needed a very late try to come through in that one. Exeter 33, Montpellier 33. So this one went all the way to extra time. Exeter only coming through with a very late score that let them win on try countback. Then we had Toulouse 33, Bulls 9. So Bulls kept it close in the first half, but Toulouse opened up in the second half. Saracens 35, Ospreys 20. This one was really close. Ospreys a great chance to win it. They mess up. And then in the end, Saracens make it look like it was a lot easier on the scoreboard than it was in the game itself. Okay, so in the quarterfinals, we have 3 EuroC teams, 3 from the Premiership and 2 from the top 14. This is actually the strongest lineup possible for the quarterfinal based on pool positions. So we've got the top 4 from each pool who've made these quarterfinals. Also, if you're wondering how important home advantage can be in this competition, all 8 round of 16 games are won by the home side. The general rule of thumb is that 1 in 4 games in knockout stages will be won by the away side. Obviously not a hard and fast rule, it's just going on past experiences. So that didn't happen in the round of 16. Will that pattern return for the quarterfinals though? Now, let's have a look at the matchups. So first game is Leinster versus Leicester. This is on Friday, the 7th of April. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. BST, and it's at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. This is first from Pool A versus fourth from Pool B. Leinster in the pool stage went win-win-win-win, did a double over Gloucester and Racing. Leicester went win-win-win, lost. So they lost to Ospreys in the final round and did a double over Clermont. Currently, Leinster are first in the EuroC, Leicester are third in the Premiership. Leinster 4 times champions in 2009, 2011, 2012 and 2018. Leicester 2 times champions 2001 and 2002. Last year, Leinster were the runners-up, and Leicester made it to the quarterfinals, but actually lost to Leinster at this stage last year. Last games then that they played in domestic leagues, Leinster drew 22-22 with the Stormers, but the round of 16 lineup is going to be a very different Leinster side to that team. Leicester won 40-24 against Bristol. Then in the round of 16, as we've seen, Leinster won 30-15 versus Ulster. Leicester won 16-6 against Edinburgh. The odds for this game, Leinster 8-1 on hot favourites, Leicester 7-1. And for the tournament as a whole, Leinster are 4-5 on favourites, and Leicester are 50-1 outsiders. So everything in this one points to a home win. But if Leicester can make the game, kind of stodgy, and the way that it was against Edinburgh, there is rain predicted as well, I think, for the weekend in Dublin. So if that happens, they do have a chance in this one. And we saw last year in the URC and in this competition as well that just because Leinster are the hot favourites, it doesn't mean that they're going to win. There is a chance for teams to beat them if they get in there and disrupt slow the ball down and just make it a big dogfight. Next is Toulouse versus Sharks at Stade Ernest Wallon in Toulouse. It's on Saturday, the 8th of April. Kickoff is 3 p.m. BST. This is second from Pool B versus third from Pool A. Toulouse went win-win-win-win, did the double over Munster and Sale. Sharks went win-win-win, lost to Quins and did the double over Bordeaux. It's first in the top 14 versus 8 in the URC. Toulouse are five times champions, 96, 2003, 2005, 2010, and 2021. It's a debut year for the Sharks, but already, they're making some waves in the tournament. Toulouse lost the semi-final last year to Leinster. Last time out, in the top 14, they lost 27-17 away to Castres. Sharks lost 32-20 away to the Scarlets. In the round of 16 then, Toulouse won 33-9 versus the Bulls. Sharks won 50-35 against Munster. So pretty comfortable victories for both teams coming into this. Odds for the game, Toulouse are 13-3 on. Sharks are 4-1. Tournament odds, 9-2 for Toulouse. And Sharks, a bit of an outsider at 28-1. So again, everything seems to be pointing to a home victory in this one. Toulouse have the tournament experience, home advantage, and just that fantastic team as well. But I expect Sharks to make a fight of this one. They're, pretty good going forward as well, as we saw against Munster. So expect both teams to actually be really good when it comes to counter-attacking. Next then we have Exeter versus Stormers. So this one is on Saturday the 8th of April. Kickoff's 5:30 BST. It's at Sandy Park in Exeter. It's second from Pool A versus third from Pool B. Exeter went win-win, loss-win. Double over Castres, lost away to the Bulls. Stormers went loss, win-win-win. Lost to Clermont and then the double over London Irish. It's sixth in the Premiership versus second in the URC. Exeter are 2020 champions. Stormers, this is their debut year. Last year, Exeter exited in the round of 16 against Munster. Last time in the Premiership, they lost 36-19 to Bath. Stormers, last time the URC, drew 22 all against Leinster. In the quarterfinals, Exeter won against Montpellier on try-count-back after extra time in that 33 all draw. Stormers beat Harlequins 32-28. Odds for this one, Exeter are 9-5. Stormers are 18-11 on favourites. Tournament odds 25-1 for Exeter, 16-1 for the Stormers. So this is the first one that we've seen, I think the only one of the quarterfinals where the away team were actually the favourites to win and progress. Stormers this season, definitely the form team out of these two. Also, Exeter went 100 minutes last week against Montpellier, so they might feel that in their legs towards the end of the game. So it's anyway close. I expect Stormers to come through and win it in the last kind of 20 minutes or so. The final then, quarterfinal we have is La Rochelle versus Saracens. It's on Sunday the 9th of April. Kickoff is 4 p.m. BST. It's in the Stade Marcel de Flandre in La Rochelle. This is first in Pool B versus fourth in Pool A. La Rochelle went win-win-win-win, did the double over both Northampton and Ulster. Saracens went win, 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 loss. Double over Lyon, but lost away to Edinburgh. Currently, La Rochelle are second in the top 14. Saracens first in the Premiership. This is the defending champions versus a team that have won the competition 3 times before. Saracens won it in 2016, 17 and 19. Last year, La Rochelle beat Leinster 24-21 in the final. Saracens were in the Challenge Cup last year. They lost to Lyon in the semi-final. La Rochelle, last time in the top 14, won 36-6 away to Bordeaux, and Saracens won 36-24 against Harlequins. In the round of 16, La Rochelle won 29-26 against Gloucester, and again they needed that late try to get themselves through. Saracens won 35-20 to Ospreys. Again, that was another close one, but scored a couple of late tries to make it look a lot handier than it was. The odds for the game then, La Rochelle 5-2 on favourites, Saracens 5-2. Tournament odds 5-1 for La Rochelle, 10-1 for Saracens. So I think home advantage is going to play a big part in this one, because I think if the fixture had been reversed, I think Saracens would probably be the favourites to go through. The fact that it was a tight one for La Rochelle last time, Saracens, if they can just keep it tight throughout the game, they'll feel that they're in there with a chance. But I think both of these teams are the type that they're never, really beaten that. They do both manage to keep it tight. So I expect this one to go down to, the last 5 or 10 minutes before we know who's actually going to win. Okay, so that is our quarterfinal lineup. So I said that we talk about some of the semi-final permutations. So we look at the top side of the draw first, which is Leinster, Leicester, Toulouse, Sharks. So if Leinster win, they're at home in the semi-final. It doesn't matter what happens in the other fixture. And if Leicester if Leicester win, they're away in the semi-final. So between the Toulouse and Sharks, whoever wins that one, it just depends on the winner of the other quarterfinal as to whether they're going to be at home or away. So if Leinster win, the tie is in Dublin. If Leicester win, then the tie is either in France or in South Africa, depending on who wins that other quarterfinal. In the bottom half of the draw, then, is pretty much the same thing as well. So if La Rochelle win, they're at home no matter what happens against Exeter and Stormers. If Saracens win, they're away no matter what happens in the other game as well. So for Exeter to be at home, they need to obviously win, but have Saracens win their game, and the same for Stormers. The only way that they're going to have a home game in the semi-final is if both they and Saracens win their games. So pretty easy permutations to work out there. Now, you might be wondering what would happen if there were two teams who were equally ranked. How would they decide who plays at home? Well, luckily that actually can't happen, because the way the knockout stages work is that one side of the draw is teams who are ranked 1 to 8 alternating from the pools, and the same on the other side. So if we take the Leinster side of the draw, so we got first from Pool A, then second from Pool B, third from Pool A, fourth from Pool B, fifth from Pool A, sixth from Pool B, seventh from Pool A, and eighth from Pool B. So you can see all of those teams are ranked 1 to 8, and there's no way you can have like 2 firsts or 2 seconds playing each other. The only time that can happen is in the final, and the venue of the final is already predetermined before we kick off the tournament, and this year it's going to be in the Aviva in Dublin. And then in terms of the first, second, third, fourth, etc., going from Pool A to Pool B, it's just flipped on the other side of the draw. So the other side of the draw will be first in Pool B, second from Pool A, third from Pool B, fourth from Pool A, etc., down to eighth. So there's no way actually in the round of 16 or the quarterfinals or semi-finals that teams of equal standing from the pools can actually match up. Okay, so that is the end of this one. As I said, we're going to have more comprehensive looks at each of these fixtures once we have teams out. So look for those out. We'll probably have Leinster's one out today, and the others will be out tomorrow, Friday.